Muy buenas, bienvenidos a Canadá, bienvenidos a Outer Worlds. Vale, hemos llegado a la Pionera, ¿vale? En el capítulo anterior, en el directo anterior. ¿Esta puerta qué es? Ah, esta es la bodega, vale, vale. Esta es la bodega. Vale, hemos llegado a la Pionera y venga, vamos a salir al exterior, a ver, a darnos una vuelta. ¿Qué te pasa, Barbati?
Hey, Captain. I heard that Groundbreaker's got a real good engineer. A lady named Junlei Tennyson? I was thinking that maybe I'd ought to meet her. If you got time to swing us by, I mean. I don't got much experience fixing actual spaceships. I bet you a can of Borston beans she could teach me all manner of stuff. Thanks, Captain. I'll be sure to make it worth your time. Did you want to talk about something else?
Vale, tenemos otra misión, ¿no? Por lo que veo. Vale, completada, la vamos a cerrar total. Bah, da igual. A ver. Que viajes a Bahía Estelar. De Monarca, vale. Misión principal, fuera, cerrada, no la vamos a hacer. Misión secundaria. Esta tenemos que hacerlas en Monarca, que es un otro planeta, una luna o no sé qué. La luna terraformada de Monarca. Bah, esto nada, estamos en la Pionera, ¿vale? A ver. Consigue el arma tecnológica. Vale, yo lo primero. Vamos a hacer esta, la de Parvati. Toma por culo. Vicario, ¿qué le pasa al vicario? ¡Hostia! ¿Que vicario viene también con nosotros? Lleva una recortada y le voy a poner aquí un machete como Dios manda. En fin, me lleva la mierda esta. ¡Hostia, pega 82! ¿Pero qué me estás contando? Vale, vale, nada, me callo. Me callo la boca. Esto pega lo que no está escrito, ¿eh? Es una escopeta. Bueno, ya veremos qué tal mete, ya lo vigilaré. Esta pega 53. A ver, esto nivel 2. A ver, por nivel. Nivel 5 pega 47. Nivel 5 pega 53. Lo único, esto hace aturdimiento y esto hace desangramiento. Vale. ¿Qué le pasa a este, tío? Ah, que le puedo subir. Vale. Salud, amenaza generada, pirateo. Hostia, pues este igual sí que me interesa. Pirateo me interesa. Más pirateo que... Sí, ¿no? No sabía yo que llevaba este, tío. ¿Y armadura que lleva este? Hostia, armadura 10, tú. Lo que pasa que, claro, yo me quedo sin armadura. Si me revientan... Llevo 130 kilos ya, no me jolibies. No me jolibies, tío, que llevo 130 kilos ya. Nada más empezar. Vale, aquí tenemos que volver, a Frontera que tengo que volver. Vale, ¿qué más? A ver. Yo creo que yo... Esto realmente no pesa mucho. Esto... 30 gramos... Un kilo 300... Hostia, este llevo 9, ¿eh? Son 2 kilos 700, ¿eh? Kilo y medio... Llevo armas, lo que no está escrito, tío. Voy a tener que empezar a desmontar armas o a ver, ¿eh? Porque esto no puede ser. De estas tengo 4, tío. ¿Pero dónde vas con 4 armas, leches? Nivel 9, tú. Nivel 2. ¿Esta qué hace? 180. Voy a probar esta, a ver qué tal. Fusil de asalto. 215 disparos por segundo. Este no me gusta, ¿eh? Este no me gusta ni verlo. 137 disparos por segundo. 200... Fusil de asalto. Hostia, que me estás container. Que no sabía yo que llevaba esto. Fusil de asalto. Fusil de asalto. ¿Por qué? Pero si es el mismo, ¿no? Sí. ¿Por qué este tiene 215 y esto? No, no, a ver, a ver, a ver. ¿Qué ha pasado aquí? Algo he visto yo mal. Y es la misma, ¿no? Esta no me gusta tampoco. No sé qué ha pasado aquí. Vale. Este dispara poco, pero mete mucho. Vicario, le meto de este, me cago en... ¡Hala, venga! ¡Abros! Los dos. Solo puedo llevar 2. Luego más adelante tendremos más gente y habrá que elegir. Depende del planeta.
Captain. Hey, Captain. I'm in space. I never thought I'd be...
Just checking your ship's manifest. Standard procedure. Welcome to Groundbreaker, by the by. Don't mind the heat. Got a few days before it reaches critical. I'm sure Miss Chief Tennyson will get it sorted before then.
Vale, vamos a ver un poco el mapa. Vale. Tenemos viaje rápido. Bueno, está todo sin descubrir, lógicamente. Bueno, venga, hasta luego. Me piro. Voy a andar aquí esperando a que no sé qué. De papeleos.
That's not the point. This halfwit just knocked out one of my workers.
Yeah, with a toss ball stick. I heard you the first time. There weren't any witnesses.
No witnesses? He's not even... Now's not a good time. I'm dealing with a problem here.
So, go space yourself. Problem solved.
You must really want to truncheon through your teeth. Do what you want. I'm done here.
Whatever you heard, it's all true. I had this foreman, right? Guy never liked me, always trying to get a rise out of me. But I keep my chin up, right? Be the bigger man, I tell myself. He's a Spacer's chosen man, though. So when the Chosen beat my Rangers the other night, my foreman comes swaggering up with his head full of boasting. Exactly. I was only doing what any self-respecting Rangers fan would have done. Look, this was a long time coming. Guy thinks he can push me around because he's some sky-high foreman, and I'm just a back bay's dock worker. Well, former dock worker. Guess I just tendered my resignation. Enjoy my freedom. Scrounged together enough bits for a 0G. Other than that, can't say as I do. Hey, not for nothing, but I saw you wander out of that ship over there by the dock. Wouldn't happen to be yours, would it? Captain of the Unreliable. You're like something out of a serial drama. Hey, I don't want to talk your ears off, guessing you got places to be. I appreciate your time. Felix Millstone. Pleased to make your acquaintance. See you around, boss. Going for a stroll around the docking base?
Just arrived? Head over to customs. Wheeler needs to process you.
Ve a aduanas.
Mechanicals all gonna head to Vera's for whiskey and darts.
Phineas Wallace.
I wonder what that fella did to get the board so wild at him.
That's quite the impressive list of infractions.
Customs and inspection, right this way.
Ahora voy pesado. Pesado. Hostia, esto es un blindaje. A ver, vamos a ver.
Identification, please. You've got a ship, but you've never visited Groundbreaker. You must have just dusted off from one of those dirt-side outposts.
Sure did. And now we're in space.
Well, welcome to Groundbreaker. I'm sorry to tell you this, but I'm about to ruin your day. According to your ship's record, you've been flagged by the board. Your ship will be impounded until such a time as they see fit to lift it.
Well, isn't this wonderful? The captain's done something to get on the board's bad side.
Now, hold on. This isn't the end of the world. Probably. You'll want to take it up with Udom Bedford, our board representative here on Groundbreaker. His office is located along the starboard wall of the promenade. Shines like a Byzantium commode. You can't miss it. Access to that information is above my pay grade, and I've turned down 3 promotions, so it stays that way. I shouldn't be mentioning it, but what the hell? This here, impounding your ship, it doesn't happen much. The board knows we don't take kindly to their interfering in our operations. If I had to take a guess as to why, you must have riled up someone important. Not gonna lie, you're in a pickle. But Udom's an interesting guy. Might be y'all could come to accords if you play your cards right. Huh. Records show this ain't the first time your ship's been impounded. Seems to get cleared up pretty quick. You might not be in this pickle for long. Oh, and if you're headed that way, would you mind doing me a favor? Wanda Dorset over in sickbay, tell her the shipment's not in yet. It's not coming in anytime soon, and if she'd be so obliged to get off my ass about it. A handful of SAM cleaning units retrofitted for surgery. I don't know much else. I stopped listening when she started yelling. Much appreciated. Is there anything else I can help you with? The fence. You'll find her in the rest and go, on your left when you enter the promenade. Make sure you bring an empty belly. He's friendly enough unless you speak ill of the board. Get the sense he doesn't care for Groundbreaker much. Not that he would, being a board man and all. He's our liaison. They can't abide an independent township, especially not one they gotta depend on. We're the first and last stop out of this colony. All their interstellar freighters come through us, and we skim a few bits off the top in manifest processing fees with every one. Folks around here will bluster that the board hates our freedom, but really, they know we can stop their out-system shipments anytime we like, and that terrifies them. This really must be your first time here. There's no working with the board. They don't share, not bits, people, or resources. You work for them, or you don't work at all. Groundbreaker cooperating now would be tantamount to joining their ranks, and we sure as shit ain't about to do that. You mean the heat? Sure, we could make them fix it. But what would they do in retaliation? They got assault cruisers, gunships, and a handful of mining operations at their fingertips. We push them too hard, maybe they decide we'd be better in 10 trillion little pieces. Or they cobble together a new Groundbreaker and put us out of business.
The board wouldn't do that. Would they?
The board is necessary to provide order to the colony. They believe it's their prerogative to overrun you. But whether you allow that is up to you.
It's a tough line to walk, no doubt about that. But we make do all right. So far, anyway. Yep. Groundbreaker's the only real independent port. Aside from us, there's just tramp freighters and wildcat miners. Seems like every year the board's offices get bigger and their ships take up more of the landing base. Haven't seen nearly as many tramp crews this year. Sure thing. Maybe. Most of the shipping traffic in the system passes through Groundbreaker. Every couple of months, we even get a big interstellar freighter. 2 biggest operations are the board. That is, Halcyon Holdings and Sublight Salvage. But there are independent operators around the promenade deck. Most of those jobs are going to take you off station, though. They strip the parts from derelict ships and abandoned outposts. There's some that say they make the derelicts and encourage folks to abandon their steads. Sublight gives me the creeps. I've known folks who went to work for them and just vanished. They're on the promenade run by a woman named Lilia Hagen. I'm only telling you so you know to avoid them. Commandant Sanita might have a couple of folks she needs killed. Bad folks, I mean. Not regular folks. She'll be at the security desk behind me. Chief Junlei might have an errand needs running. She's all tied up trying to fix our heat problem. You'll find her in engineering.
No kidding? I'd love to get a look at this old girl's innards. I bet they're real twisty and weird. In a good way.
If you're thinking to make a career here, don't waste your time. Full-time jobs on Groundbreaker tend to be inherited, or go to a fellow crew member's kid. Keep it in the family, you know. Are you pulling my leg? You must be one of them long-haul freighters from outside the colony. Well, I won't hold it against you. Goes like this. Back on Earth, before the crossing, the powers that be were selling off stakes in distant star systems they thought had potential. A bunch of companies decided to throw in together and form the Halcyon Holdings Corporation, then buy up the rights to this here colony. That group's what we now call the Board. Groundbreaker was one of the original colony vessels to come over on the crossing, a few years before her sister ship, the Hope. Once everybody been de-thawed and dropped dirt side, the original crew of the Groundbreaker decided they rather liked the spacefaring life. I guess that was the start of our independent spirit. Now, here we are. Sitting around drinking whiskey and smoking cigars, yeah, probably. Can't say for sure, of course. Doubt I'll ever see the inside of it myself. Yep, Groundbreaker's the only real independent port. Aside from us, there's just tramp freighters and wildcat miners. Seems like every year the board's offices get bigger and their ships take up more of the landing bays. Haven't seen nearly as many tramp crews this year. Glad to help. Relative to the board holdings? Not really. But there's a few with the means to go where they will. They aren't rich, but they aren't likely to look too close at your work history either. All right. Most places are on the promenade deck. Big door yonder, straight through security. There's a bar on the starboard side. I got a preference for the Lost Hope myself. Talk to Vera. She'll set you right. You need anything else? You let me know. Don't want it? Maybe. All right. Be seeing you. Hey there. Be seeing you.
Vale. Bueno, se nos acaba de complicar la cosa, ¿verdad? Se nos acaba de complicar. No sé para qué vino, si al final nunca vende nada. Se nos acaba de complicar bastante la cosa. Nos han retenido la nave. Bueno, pero el caso es, ¿puedo entrar ahí ya? ¿Puedo entrar a mi nave? No. No puedo.
Hey there, you mind stepping back? This charming little ship's been impounded and I'm afraid I can't let you near it till it's not. I'd surely love to, but that's just not my bailiwick. You'll want to have words with our representative here from the board, Mr. Udom Bedford. His office is on the promenade. I ain't felt so much as a tepid breeze in weeks. I hope Miss Chief Tennyson gets that fixed soon.
Well, it doesn't smell as bad here as Edgewater's graveyard in high summer, so guess I can't complain.
Either way, let's not stick around so long we all roast alive. No offense, Ms. Elson, I'm sure whatever critical problem needs fixing will get patched in time.
Whew. I'm starting to feel like a sisty roast in all this armor. Have yourself a pleasant day.
No me dejan acceder a la nave. A los hangares sí, pero en la nave no. Venga. Vale, entonces, ¿qué tenemos por aquí? A ver. Ahora... Vale, venga, vamos para allá.
Going for a stroll around the docking base?
Hey.
This is it. Security. I can check the departures registry to find out which crew the Scholar, shipped in and out with.
Hi there. Haven't seen you around before. What can Groundbreaker Security do for you today? This is the security desk, sir. If you're here to report a crime, you'll want to talk to Commandant Sanita. I'm not authorized to take incident reports anymore. I'm not so good at filing. Mix up first name and surname 1, 2, 7 times. Well, folks are liable to start taking your filing privileges away.
Unless you're here to file an incident report or to inquire about the bounty posting, I must kindly ask you to clear out. The Mardet's offices aren't for leisure time nor loitering. Last tip we got pointed toward the back bays. You want the reward? Do the legwork. You and about 6 other enterprising mavericks. It's only a matter of time before someone brings me McRed's head, or his lucky lighter, as proof of kill. I do hope you're the lucky hunter, though. Good luck and skip speed to you. Still waiting to hear back on that bounty for McRed. That aside, not much else. Groundbreaker's keeping calm at the moment. The outlaw scientist fella, right. The board's had it out for him for ages. If you have an inkling of the wheres or what fors of his location, Udon Bedford would surely like to hear it. To the board, yeah. You've read his wanted poster. Whole list of things to get their unders in a wad. But he's never done nothing to Groundbreaker, so I've no problem with him. We keep... Do I look like your gossipy best friend? While I'm on post, I take my duties real serious. I would have no qualms whatsoever escorting you to a cell. Understand? Then get to business or get moving. We're the security force here on Groundbreaker. Started back before the crossing, you know. The original force was made up of a Marine detachment from the 77th Marine Expeditionary Unit, Trailward Fleet. Folks started calling us Mardets because it was easier to say. Guess it stuck. Still waiting to hear back on that bounty for McRed. Still... How goes the hunt? I've been ruminating on it, and I decided, if you ain't killed McRed yet, I want you to hurt him a little before you do. Nothing excessive, mind you, but the scoundrel deserves a light beating at least before he kicks off. Have at it then.
Vale.
I picked up this weird signal the other day. It was coming from Monarch.
Here we go again. No one lives on Monarch. It's a wasteland. You're hearing things.
Hay que buscar a la...
No, seriously. There was a lot of static at first, but then this
Aquí hay 4 tíos, rojos.
Try not to be distracted by the glare of the adverts. Lots of unsavory types about.
And tea-free nuttiness. Rizzo's Purple Berry Crunch, Triple Shell Flakes, and Purple Berry flavored Power Nuggets. Now with 12% more crunch.
Move along.
This heat's unbearable.
Vale. Venga, vamos a ver lo que hay por aquí.
You know what's happening on Terra 1? Last I heard, the board was in dispute with the Renegade Company. Sounded dire.
They call it Monarch now. It's supposed to be a real hellhole. Warlords running up the body squad, blood running in the streets, all kinds of shit.
You know that sound when you've snapped on an injector clip? That's how you know your weapon loves you back. I got a full line of weapon modifications I'd be happy to show you. Why, it gets you the weapon best suited for your lifestyle.
All the better for performing a little percussive maintenance.
Self-improvement, including one's weapons, is always a worthy endeavor.
Take your basic Deadeye assault rifle. Perfectly serviceable. But what if you like finesse? Slap a scope and silencer on that bad boy. Bunker down in a bush someplace and pop off heads. What if you like getting in close and making a lot of noise? Extended ammo magazine and a barrel heatsink to bump up rate of fire. Only takes a bit of elbow grease and a spot of engineering know-how. Most ships have a workbench near the cargo hold. Ours is in engineering. You can take your new toys over there if you feel like tinkering. No and yes. When you install something, it pops in there real nice, but if you want to replace it, the originals tend to snap like plastic. Right here for a start. I got a fair selection. Modified weapons are my specialty. A what? Sorry, hon. Here at Bell's Shells, we just don't discuss impolite topics, and WARRANTIES tops the list. So, what can I get you?
Hostia. Nivel 12, pero yo soy nivel 8. Yo esta no la podría usar, ¿no? Yo creo que no, ¿no? No lo sé. Vale, venga, vamos a continuar. Aquí hay un montón de cosas, chaval. Tenemos que hablar con una médica, ¿no?
I know she's in there, Mfuru. You can't keep me out of there.
Please don't make a scene, Dr. Fenhill.
I am not making a scene. I'm sorry. Am I causing a scene? See, Mfuru? We could have avoided all this unpleasantness if you just let me talk to Jessie in the first place. Let me get one thing straight. Jessie and I are not friends. I just owe her, okay? As for the rest, I'm trying to figure that out. All I know is that she's been here too long, and she's apparently not receiving visitors. Be my guest. If you know something I don't about dealing with hospital bureaucracy, I'll be impressed. Good luck getting to Jessie. And better luck if you do.
A ver.
Something I can help you with? If only my other patients had so many inquiring after them. I'll tell you what I've told the others. The records say Miss Doyle checked herself in and requested I admit no visitors. The requests of our patients are paramount, so no, you may not see her. She's not my patient. I'm certain no one on my staff would falsify patient records, if that's what you're implying. Not without dispensation from Chief Junlei, I fear. Supplies are hard to come by out here. We don't have the ability to manufacture our own medical supplies here on Groundbreaker. Regrettably, we are dependent on the board for such mundane items as bandages and antibiotics, as well as more critical resources like adequately trained staff. We'd nearly signed a supply agreement with Anti-Cleos, but they demanded we only use their branded drugs, and that's simply not tenable. Take care. What seems to be the problem? Take care.
Good luck getting to Jesse, and better luck if you do. She's a real piece of work. Can't say I've seen you before. I take it you're a freighter captain? If you're here to better yourself, you'll have to wait. We're having a spot of trouble with our delivery service. Did he now? A mouth on that man. I swear his late mother'd be ashamed. He must be referring to Irion. I'm sure the fool's gotten himself into another scrape. I'm beginning to wonder if I'm ever gonna get my service mechanicals at this rate. Our delivery man. A brave idiot with a penchant for getting himself delayed. Sometimes by dates, usually by bandits. I'd be grateful if you'd spare the time. We need his delivery soon as yesterday. Last he told me, he was taking a shortcut by Scylla, an asteroid in the Charybdis cluster. That's where I'd start, were I the adventuring type. You look out, though. The place is probably crawling with outlaws. Keep hanging around, and I'll begin to think you're here for me. What can I do for you? You have yourself a day, then.
How long till the new automatic? We got any more of that coagulating spray left?
Aquí lo revientan, ¿no? Ah, sí está aquí. No. Aquí lo revientan, ya lo vais a ver. Está en cuarentena, yo creo. Solo personal, aquí lo van a reventar.
Incoming.
¿Ves? Está claro. A ver. Vale. A ver, un momento. ¿Puedo usar la historia esa? No sé ni si la llevo encima. ¿Y esto cómo lo uso yo? no sé, no sé. Yo creo que no me dejan, ¿eh?
Good luck getting to Jesse.
What seems to be the problem? Take care.
Vale. Ya volveremos. Vale, a ver, contacto. ¿Y esto dónde está?
CNP Borst Pockets can be macro-aged in 2.5
Following that series? The Hunt for the Wimbrel?
Thought there'd be more machinery. Must be housed on a sub...
Junlei Tennyson. I'm captain around here, but chief to my friends. Hope you don't mind the formal introduction. Groundbreaker doesn't see many visitors. No, it isn't. It's a mess. But it's my mess, so I'll take the compliment. Just so we understand each other, I'm the final word on the ship. The Mardits, the crew, the engineers, their family. I hope there won't be any problems while you're visiting. Good. Don't go making trouble, and chances are you won't find any. That's how I like it here. So what brings you to Groundbreaker? I'm curious, even though 9 times out of 10 the answer's just passing through. Statistics don't lie. We see a lot of the same faces coming and going, most of them board spies and corporate sprats. Makes it hard to trust outsiders. You seem different, so welcome aboard.
What? I didn't think you just...
Parvati, is it? That's a lovely name. What can I do for you?
I was just thinking, I haven't got much experience working with actual, real spaceships, Miss Junlei. Chief Junlei.
Junlei is fine.
Okay. Since you run a whole space station, I was wondering if... Well, maybe you could teach me some things. I could message you later, maybe?
I'd be happy to make the time, Parvati. You can ask me anything.
Wow, great! I'll do that then. Messages. Later. Oh, your name's pretty too. I should have said... Sorry. I like it. Honest. Sorry. Couldn't have done it without your moral support, Captain.
Now, if there's nothing else, there are other parts of the ship begging for my attention. Frustrating. Everything down to the circuit boards is past warranty, so I have the pleasure of making life or death decisions on a shoestring budget. Plus, there's no time to train my successor or document fixes in a way that anyone outside the family would understand.
Oh, gosh. I don't know. I'm really just a dab hand with a wrench. Nothing special. Not like a chief engineer.
Don't sell yourself short. It doesn't take a seasoned pro to tinker on Groundbreaker. Just someone who knows how a ship ought to feel. We're always thirsting for help. If you could find your way around this labyrinth of ducts and panels, we could work something out. You see any bite-sized Tennyson children running around? I didn't think so. The next captain won't have my heritage. I'll have to foster that talent from somewhere. It's only a question of when. Sure is. The Tennysons came over on the Groundbreaker. My grandmother, Chief Gayen, kept it together during the crossing and until she died. I was promoted only recently, when my mom died. Then I took the leap from chief engineer to captain.
They must have been amazing people to have taught you all you know, I mean, which is a lot.
That means a lot coming from a fellow engineer. Appreciate it. There wasn't much that took me by surprise about the job, but the little things you never expect or think about, they add up over time. Maybe you can see why I'm protective of Groundbreaker. This ship is family. It's got tinkerings and bypasses that only Tennysons know about. I hope that was a joke, Captain. I really do. I gelded that thing years ago. Now it brews a stim that goes down stronger than Nan or Spank. Family recipe. You've got my attention. Groundbreaker's radiators need replacement parts. They're dumping superheated air into my ship. Only the board has access to new parts, and I won't let them swindle me into a corner. None. Every time I give in to the board, Groundbreaker loses its freedom. Soon there won't be anything left. I can't allow that. The board isn't helping and my resources are spread thin. If I don't get those radiators back online, Groundbreaker, everyone on board, will be cooked alive. Reasonable, huh? That's the best news I've heard all day. According to my grandmother's old schematics, the parts we need should be in the back bays. Sorry, I forgot not everyone knows this ship like I do. The back bays are on a lower deck, long abandoned and a haven for miscreants now. You must not have been here long. In Halcyon, new parts come by way of interstellar freighters from Earth, and the board monopolizes that kind of trade. That means I'd have to negotiate with the board. I've already given them the shops, the docking fees, and a damn embassy. Damn right. And while I'm captain of the Groundbreaker, it falls to me to preserve this ship's independence. Good. Once you've obtained the parts, we can proceed to the next phase of repairs.
Vale.
The ship's groaning something fierce, but I can make time for you. You're right, I don't. The board is after two things, bits and power, and they only get it by sticking their nose where it doesn't belong. I placate them when I have something to offer, but I can also be a real hard-ass. It'd be a joy if I could kick out the corporate merchants and reclaim the docking fees in my lifetime. Too much of Groundbreaker's income is flowing in the wrong direction. I'd like to see that change. You've got my attention.
Vale, ya hemos hecho que...
This is Halcyon News. We interrupt your regularly scheduled advertisement for the following story.
No sé cuál hacer. ¿Este dónde está?
The board would like to remind spacers and other travelers that passing
Coño.
C&P Borston baked beans.
When might we expect you out here again? Canned surfish is already sold out again.
Who knows? Halls are scarce. Back in Triangular, there were hundreds of space hands idle.
Vale, ahí está la de antes.
Parsley was up
Vamos para allá.
Rizzo's Purpleberry Fudge. A flower around sweet purpleberry flavored scent. Suck it. Chew it. You can do it.
Ah, no. Me tengo que ir del planeta. No puedo. Esta misión no la puedo hacer. Me tengo que ir del planeta.
Rizzo knock you out all. A CCN 76.
Tenemos que bajar, ¿verdad? En el ascensor ese. Sí. Voy a guardar todo lo que hemos estado hablando y tal igual. Venga, chavales, que nos vamos. De arriba.
Hey, McRed, were you expecting any company?
A neighbor from above approaches our realm. Back away now, or you'll parley with the king.
¿Cómo? ¿No puedo hablar con él? A ver. Me tengo que acercar, o sea... ¿Me los vamos a liar a tiros o qué?
Look at this ripe piece of meat just sizzling on the grill. Huh. Yum, yum. Time to feed the flames. It's nothing personal. Promise.
Is this what carbon monoxide poisoning looks like? I don't think this deck is too well ventilated.
Speaking for myself, Captain, I am not of a mind to be murdered by a psychopath who plays with fire.
You came with the crew. Welcome. We got plenty of space to spread out, but only room for one captain. You stumbled into my court without an invitation, neighbor from above. If you don't have any business, then it's time to light up the grill. No one turns their back on me while I'm holding court. Get 'em, boys!
Here they come!
¡Ay! ¡Hostia! Le estaba dando, tío. Me cago en todo. ¡Puf! Me ha reventado el cabrón. Le estaba dando, tío. Me ha puesto hasta arriba, eh.
Look at this ripe piece of meat just sizzling on the grill. Huh. Yum, yum. Time to feed the flames. It's nothing personal. Promise.
Is this what carbon monoxide poisoning looks like? I don't think this deck is too well ventilated.
Speaking for myself, Captain, I am not of a mind to be murdered by a psychopath who plays with fire.
You came with the crew. Welcome. You stumbled into my court without it. No one turns their back on me while I'm holding court. Get 'em, boys!
Incoming!
¡Hostia! Me ha reventado. Oh. Me revienta el cabrón.
Look at this ripe piece of meat just
Cabrón.
sizzling on the grill. Huh. Yum, yum. Time to feed the flames. It's nothing personal. Promise.
Is this what carbon monoxide poisoning looks like? I don't think this deck is too well ventilated.
Speaking for myself, Captain, I am not of a mind to be murdered by a psychopath who plays with fire.
You came with the crew. Well, you stumbled into my court. No one turns their back on me while I'm holding court. Get 'em, boys!
Incoming! Oh, fuck! Down they go! Take cover! We're not getting through!
Te has vuelto vulnerable.
Smells kind of like old Bess's outflow pipes.
you imagine being frozen for 10 years, sailing through space in a room such as this?
This place is falling apart.
Incoming!
Mess him up!
Right there! Don't mess with us!
Fantastic, we've got them. Now we can move on to cleaner pastures.
I guess I'm honored.
Here we go!
Nice hit!
That's the last of them! Keep him quiet, Cap. That's the last of them!
Don't shoot! I'm with your leg. Haven't seen any new faces down here since I arrived. Not sure how long ago that was. McRed tends to incinerate.
¿Qué pasa, Cachopi? Muy buenas. ¿Cuál técnica para utilizar el Fabi para ver el mapa si terrenos eran tuyos? La X. La X. No he visto cara nueva desde que llegué. No estoy segura de cuánto hace. Mal tiene 19 todo lo que llega. Pues qué lástima ver que cuando montaban y tuviera
he was a scary fucker, total pyromaniac, but you know how it is. You meet a guy, get used to his quirks, and then blam. I'll get back to my post. See you topside, stranger. Be seeing you, stranger.
Vale, quisiera ver. Vale. Ahora que se ha ido esa, voy a robar todo.
Easy.
Me hace falta armaduras, Esto... Me hace falta armaduras, tío. Mira, ya estoy con sobrepeso. Hemos pulverizado uno. Vale. Estoy con sobrepeso. Mira, estas por lo menos 9, 10, 6. ¿Puedo reparar? Vale, 100%. Puro algodón. Vale, ¿qué más? Esta no me ha gustado, tío, qué asco. Este lleva buena garrota, ¿eh? Espera, yo me voy a poner esta, que no la uso nunca. Yo soy más de arma. De cuerpo a cuerpo no suelo usar. Vale, yo creo que aquí está todo, ¿eh? Por aquí he entrado, por ahí he subido a esa zona, por ahí he subido. He robado todo. He cogido la pieza. Esto no lo he cogido ya. Esto tampoco. Vale. Ahora vamos a cubierta. A ver si nos revientan por haber robado tanto o no. Vale, vamos a ir acabando misiones.
You've returned, and in one piece. Color me impressed. Good work. I'll take those. I need you to head through the large door at the far end of engineering. Take the elevator down into the machinery shaft. There's a terminal in the back. Activate it when I call over the ship's PA. And bring weapons. There's a slight mantipillar infestation. More than a few. Less than a hive. Nothing you can't handle. We were salvaging parts from a ship. Turned out there were eggs inside. They got into the radiators, and here we are.
Don't worry, Miss Junlei. We'll be super gentle with the ship. You don't got a thing to worry about. I mean, aside from fires and such.
I'm genuinely heartened to hear that. Thank you.
Vale, aquí igual sí, con los bichos esos igual sí que tengo que usar el arma. Venga, vamos allá. ¿Dónde tenemos que ir? Es por aquí, ¿no? Venga, va.
I'd be mighty grateful if you did. I've got this thing about giant insects.
Hostia. Yo pensaba que eran bichitos. Ya han visto, ¿vale? Vamos a ver qué es esto. Bueno, tú. Joder, yo pensaba que eran bichitos. Cachuchos de la hostia. Dales.
Nice one, Captain. Everyone all right?
Muerto. Vale. Joder, yo decía, va, unos gusanitos o algo. Sí, gusanitos. Gusanitos más altos que una persona. Teníamos mucho para reventar, pero no suelo hacerlo, la verdad. ¿Qué? ¿Por dónde tengo que ir ahora? Por aquí, supongo. Joder con las hormiguitas, ¿sabes? Uf, que me quemo. Hemos subido por aquí, ¿verdad? Sí. Vale, pues nada, seguimos.
Good news? Song tells me the security mechanicals booted up and killed a bunch of mantis. Bad news. Diagnostic says their circuit boards are fused from the heat, so they're not too picky about who they kill next. Be fast if you can. Shoot back if you need to. I can always fix them later.
Vale, ahí no podemos subir, así que tenemos que ir por esta puerta que está en azul. Arriba, rojo y azul. Preparaos. Espera, que voy otra vez cargado, me cago en todo. A ver, por nombre. Ah, mira, índice de daño. Vale, eso sí que me interesa. Pero índice por daño, pero ¿cómo índice por daño? Ah, daño por segundo. Mira, de estas podemos deshacer dos. Pistola 43. Ah, es como la nuestra. Fusil de asalto ligero, fuera. Chismas de estas, fuera. Lanzagranadas, fuera. Tengo todo duplicado, tío. Fuera, espada, fuera. Vale. Que llevo 150 kilos. Daño 3, fuera. Venga, continuamos. Vale, estoy viendo que hay bichos muertos. Que nos han matado la... no sé qué que ha dicho la otra. Estas bases las tenemos desocupadas, cosas que me preocupa bastante. Por aquí había... ¿No había una puerta por aquí? Pues hay que bajar por la escalera. Pero...
That's the terminal. I have the parts in position on my side. Go ahead and cycle the droplet pumps. And if you don't know what that means, just look for a command that says cycle droplet pumps.
Vale, vamos a ver una cosa. Vale, vamos a ver una cosa primero. Vale. Vamos a ver. Tenemos 10. Me quita por el traje, ¿vale? Infiltración y cerrajería me quita por el traje. En los diálogos esto viene muy bien, ¿eh? Yo soy muy de engatusar. Venga, vuelve junto a Yulei. No creo que nos podamos ir de rositas tan fácil. Se me haría extraño. Se me haría raro. Tenemos que coger el ascensor. Estaba acostumbrado a reventar eso, tío. Yo a veces me viera huevo y no lo hago. Ya como lo llevo unos trajes de la hostia. Villasur Futura. Esto sí que es robar, aquí nos pillan, vamos, y nos descuartizan. Vale, ya estamos aquí.
My boards are returning to green. What a weight that is off my shoulders. I don't normally tolerate outsiders mucking about in my station's guts, but you're all right. The temperature should be dropping as we speak. I'll see to it the crew knows who kept us all from boiling alive. If you've got time, I believe Edna has a comms issue that could use your attention. I've also authorized Doc and Furu to sell you our premium meds.
Vale. Reputación de la pionera aumentada. Eso es lo que yo quería ver antes. Que no me han dejado. Aquí, leches. Vale, secundaria, desertores, admiración. Vale, somos neutral. Vale. Pero bueno, esto es en Terra 2. Esto es en Terra 2.
You aiming to send a message? If so, we best do it now while we still got time. Me? No. But our relaying capabilities? That's on the final countdown. We're going offline in 3, 2, 1.5... No. Wait, I've lost track of my weeks. Maybe it was 36 or... sometime dire soon. Our primary relay station's soon to be occluded by a gas giant. Happens every 40 years or thereabouts. The event's forecasted to last for months, during which we'll lose signal to the station.
That'll put the whole system in a right dire situation.
We've got backup auxiliary relays, but the one currently in orbital range went offline some months ago. We can't spare people for routine maintenance. Sure, I mean they got their own relays and all, but they'll only send along messages the corporations pay for. And then they charge folks to send messages back, often more than they can afford. And none of that money goes to the Groundbreaker. Just tightens the board's grip on our throat. Not nearly as much, and that money goes to keeping the station operational, helps keep us independent. If we lose the message fees, the entire ship will feel the pinch. Before long, the only place for people to trade words and goods will be on Terra 2, right under the board's control. That'd spell the end of Groundbreaker. Well, we wouldn't be utterly and completely blacked out, but we'd lose the majority of our comm traffic for sure. Ships and colonies on Terra 2 need a clear line from their communications towers to the Groundbreaker for the transmissions to make it through. If it's not clear, they transmit to the closest relay station, which stores the message, then passes it along when our orbits align. The others won't be in orbital range during the occlusion event. Isn't it some law of the universe? The relay I gotta rely on is, of course, the one on the Fritz. That they can and they do, but only between ships owned by the same corporation. No corp will authorize sending messages through a ship owned by a rival. And no corp will relay messages for the Wildcat freighters, not without charging them more than they'll make in a single haul anyway. That's why we're the message hub. The ground... Yeah, I'm working on it. I finally got the chief to approve the budget for a diagnostic expedition. But allocating the personnel loss for sending a technical team to the relay station keeps getting denied by Junlei. The chief. You save my comm center from chaos. I guarantee I'll get the chief to authorize some payment forms with your name on them while you're out fixing the station. We don't know why it went down or if it's even a hardware-related issue. Getting a team out there takes time and money, neither of which we have readily on hand. And we do have multiple auxiliaries, just they won't be in orbital range during the next few months. Our backup station will be. If it weren't for the occlusion event coming our way, we'd be doing fine as always. I should say no, but why not? Maybe you can figure out why it's offline. I'll send you with an equipment manual. Hopefully we'll get lucky, or I'll get my approval in time.
Hope you don't mind if I borrow that manual when you're done with it, Captain. I could do with some leisure reading.
Oh, and I'll need you to retrieve a copy of the relay's backup data. I gotta forward any messages from Earth stored in the memory. Better late than never, eh? It's not like they're in high demand. Most tend to be adverts on new products, meaning only folks in Byzantium can afford them. I'm sure the station's got a stack of junk messages just waiting for me to sort through. You save my comm center from chaos. I guarantee I'll get the chief to authorize some payment forms with your name on them while you're out fixing the station.
Speak your mind. Honestly, I could use the distraction.
Vale. Tenemos varios puntos ahora mismo. Vale. Ah, vale, vamos a hacer esta y ya la dejamos, la acabamos. Y luego vamos a la otra. Vamos a ir quitando las misiones acabadas. Vamos a ir cobrándolas y haciendo nuevas. Esta está más cerca. Es aquí mismo.
How goes the hunt? I've been ruminating on it, and I decided, if you ain't killed McRed yet, I want you to hurt him a little before you do. Nothing excessive, mind you, but the scoundrel deserves a light beating at least before he kicks off. A shame. But I won't hold it against you. The lighter's enough to file for the insurance payment. Long as his fees are cleared, I'll call it justice served. Here's the bounty payout. Nice work down there. With any luck, we can hire more sharp-eyed bounty hunters like you in the future. With that bastard McRed dead, there ain't much else in the offing.
Vale, venga. Este lo tenemos hecho. Vamos a volver a este. Las voces mudas. Este estaba... no puedo. Las voces mudas no puedo por lo que veo. Yo creo que no puedo, Me hace falta la nave y a la nave no puedo acceder. No puedo. Vale, pues nada, pues otra. Venga, Capitán Vital ese. Ah, bueno, eso tampoco podía hacerlo, me cago en todo. Tampoco. Espera, reanudar. Tampoco.
figured there's so many people on them. They gotta get out and...
Groundbreaker's safe from melting to bits now. Lots of good people can rest easy because of you. Well, I didn't expect her to be so tall. And did you see the size of her arms? What? No. Maybe? I don't... It's like somebody reached into my head and pulled out what I didn't know I wanted. You know how hard it is to find anybody who likes working with tools in a little town like Edgewater? Come on, Captain. I just got my fingers dug into the guts of a real-deal spaceship. You think I'm liable to let go anytime soon? Did you see how everybody on Groundbreaker listens to Junlei? She's just, here's how to fix it. And they trust her. It's just... she's calm and knows what to do. I wish I was half so confident.
Vale.
I could spend hours reflecting on the secret workings of the universe. Little else in this colony offers such a relaxing pastime. So, tell me what's on your mind. I excel at confessional listening.
Vale, vamos a ver. Joder, ya le he preguntado, tío.
That Chief Junlei sure seems well, huh?
No me la da. Esto tampoco puedo hacer, la verdad. A ver. Yo creo que no. No, yo creo que no. Vale. No me deja tampoco. Vale, vamos a ver. Contacto. No, ¿cuál era? Esta. Joder, me cago en todo, tío. ¿Qué pasa aquí? ¿No puedo hacer ninguna o qué? A ver, ¿esta se le dejan? Sí, esta sí. Vamos para allá. Voy a quemar todas las estas antes de hacer... antes de seguir con misión principal. Sí, es que la puedo hacer. Claro. ¿Está aquí? No. Está allá arriba. Está en Sunlight, ¿no? ¿No estaba en Sunlight? Creo que sí. Sí.
Oh, neat! They got stuff in here I ain't seen in ages.
Now, this should prove interesting, to say the least.
Sublight for life. Corporations never lifted a finger for me.
Venga, vamos a subir.
Hey, Mr. Vicker. Do you ever get a little bit homesick for Edgewater? That ocean stink.
Welcome to Sublight Salvage and Shipping, a legitimate business for legitimate consumers. You the one flying the unreliable? Miss Lily has been expecting you. I'll unlock the door. Sure am. A few years back, they got me started on simple acquisitions. You know those latches they put on cargo bays ain't worth a damn? These days, I stick to HQ and look after Miss Lilia.
Hola, buenas tardes.
So you're the new captain in town. I was hoping you'd make your way to my office. Saves me the work of hunting you down. Lilia Hagen, CEO and Executive Director of Aggressive Operations. I'm guessing you already know about Sublight, otherwise you wouldn't have come. At least one system on Groundbreaker still works. It's nice to see the Unreliable again. Useful ship. Hawthorne was my contractor. I'd recognize that leaky boat of his anywhere. Is Ada still at the helm? I don't know how many times I told Hawthorne to restore that smartass to factory settings. I have a salvage job for someone light on corporate ties with a reliable set of wings. But there's a catch.
Just like in the serials.
If you have a nav key to Stellar Bay, the job's yours. Interested? I like that initiative, but ease back on the throttle. Gladys at the Rest and Go might have what you need. If there's anything else, be quick about it. Time is bits. These days, the scrap business all but runs itself. Gives me the time to expand our interests into other sectors, where I can let my hair down. Our field is persuasive acquisitions. At least that's how my legal advisors tell me to phrase it. Not all of our salvage is abandoned when we find it. Sometimes it takes a polite conversation and a shot across the bow. You know, legal formalities. Your words, not mine. Hey, careful with the C word around here. I like to keep things above board, and that kind of talk only makes trouble. Sublight occupies a legal blind spot. No one knows what we're licensed to do, and that gives our little business some freedom. But let's not tempt fate. Very. I have this thing about numbers in spreadsheets. Grids in general. I like to think of myself as the last honest businesswoman in Halcyon, but I'll settle for being the most organized one. Ask. I have nothing to hide. I don't charge for curiosity. At least, not yet I don't. Ask. Be seeing you. Make sure you aren't followed on your way out.
Y acepta el trabajo.
Make this conversation worth my time. I don't charge for curiosity. At least, not yet I don't. Hey, careful with the C word around here. I like to keep things above board, and that kind of talk only makes trouble. Sublight. Ask. I don't charge for curiosity. At least, not yet I don't.
Vale, necesitamos acceso a esa zona. Esto tampoco puedo. Vamos a intentar esta otra vez.
I had a question about your plan, Mr. Vicker.
Of course. The cosmos is generated and directed by the universal equation, also known as the Grand Plan. By contemplating the teleological order of things, one can achieve verity. Oh, Right. You had a question?
Never mind. That about answers it.
¿Cómo? ¿Pero dónde es eso? 30 metros.
CNP, I can't believe it's not Florida. It's unbelievable how good it is.
Hello. Junlei called up from engineering. Said I should let you buy medical supplies from our stores. Now, is there something I can help you with? A better selection than you'll find on the promenade deck, and a quality commensurate with a friend of the station.
A ver, si le doy a... Si le doy a vender basura.
What seems to be the problem? A better selection than you'll find on the promenade deck, and a quality commensurate with a friend of the station.
Ah, esto es basura. Esto se puede vender todo, ¿verdad? Esto es basura. Esto no va a ningún lado. ¿Esto qué es? Basura general. Modificaciones. Consumibles. Vende todo. Es que esto no lo uso, tío. Me va a quedar... No, voy a vender 10 más. Me va a quedar con 30. No sé para qué, para luego venderlos. Máximo 5, venga. Me voy a quedar con 5 de cada. Hostia, he vendido al revés. Vale, muy bien, compañero. No, este no. ¿Cuántos quiero vender? La mitad. Joder, qué mierda, ¿no? Vale. Hemos vendido bastante. ¿Puedo entrar ya o todavía no me dejan? No, no. Solo personal autorizado. Hostia, ¿y esto? Si lo cojo. No me dice que sea robar. Ah, amigo. A ver. Sudario ese, ¿dónde está? No lo habré vendido, ¿no? Me van a volver a matar. Me dice que me puedo... Se ha activado.
You're sure this is perfectly safe? I'd rather not die early of...
To the last ratchet on rotten time. Leave me in peace. You hull-headed quacks do know that restful... What? Why? Everything's fine. We're all fine here. No need for her to be worrying her pretty little head about me. I'm just terrible, dreadful sick is all. Should have known she'd send a bruiser after me. Damned if I don't rue the day I saved her scrawny little hide. Inadvertently, I befriended a bloodhound in the process. Alright, okay. We can discuss this like the level-headed folk that we are. Seems I've got to do something before Ellie goes jabbering my business to anyone with one ear and an intent to listen.
The truth is, I'm not sick. But if you repeat what I'm about to tell you to anyone, I will deny it with my dying breath. You, ain't with the board, are you? See, I owe them a lot. I might have missed a payment or two, and the other night I swear someone was following me back to my room. So I hold up here to lay low. Udon Bedford's the board guy on the station. He'd know how I stand with them. If you can square things for me, I'd owe you one even bigger than Ellie owes me. What? No, I didn't do anything. I'm a law-abiding denizen of this ship, I swear. Think? No. I recognize a contracted killer when I see one, thank you. In my line of work, that's a skill you develop during week 1, assuming you want to keep breathing. Alright, I'll fess this part up too, if it means you'll help me. I'm a thief. I specialize in particularly high-end and historically valuable items. 3 weeks back, I caught rumor that the Blood Tier Diamond, last worn... If I had, you think I'd be hiding out in the med bay? I was gonna steal it, lined up Udom as my buyer. He paid half up front to finance the operation. Let's just say things went sideways about the time I got my hands on the diamond, and it crumbled to stardust in my palm. Anywho, I barely made it out with my life, and nary a plan to make back Udom's deposit I'd spent. Thanks for helping me with the board. You're a real pal. Or I guess I should say, Ellie is one, huh?
Vale. Habla con Udom. Vale. Vale, 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 vale. Vale, ¿dónde está ese Udom? ¿80 metros? ¿En serio? Espera, que no me van a dejar entrar, tú.
I'm just gonna hang in the back and try not to touch anything.
You'd think the board and its agents would be more content, sitting at the top of the system's food chain as they are.
What it takes to defend your corporate township from the dangers of alien wildlife and the unemployed.
Ah, yes. Wheeler messaged me you were coming. You must be the captain of the Unreliable, a vessel that used to be helmed by one Alex Hawthorne. And you are not he. Has something happened to my favorite scruffy freelancer? Oh no, this is terrible. My dear friend, what devilry is this? In whose miserable fever dream am I trapped? Oh, Alex. There were so many arguments we'd yet to have. He was my dearest friend. My only friend. You have his ship, you must know. That picture of us on the promenade, me hugging him, him wincing. I keep a copy beside my bed. Did he? Ah, that's just like him. Such a sentimental man. Tell me, how did he die? Oh, awful business that. But why? How? No. Best not to ask after the gory details. Right. You're going important places, I'm sure. Big, exciting, important places. There, I've removed the flag from your ship. I'm terribly sorry for the inconvenience. However, before you go, Alex promised to tell me the location of Phineas Wells. I'm sure you've seen his wanted posters all over the colony. Did Alex tell you where Wells might be? Anything at all? You haven't read the posters? He's a terrorist, a thief, a madman. It's really in the colony's best interest that we stop him before he does further harm. Well, Alex knew, or he said he did. And you have his ship. Maybe he kept some records around, or a conveniently placed note on his bedside table. That's... well, that's just terrible news. Law, what am I going to do now? The board will have my head. Oh, I'm sorry. This is terribly unprofessional of me. Is there anything else I might help you with? It's personal business, I'm afraid. Miserably, terribly personal. Information on the whereabouts of Phineas Wells would go a long way. It's, well, It's my white whale, I suppose. It's fine. Really, it's perfectly fine. I understand. Now, if you've nothing else, please see yourself out. I'd like to drown myself in work. Be my guest. I'm the certified representative of the board's interests here on the Groundbreaker. I'm their eyes, ears, and busy little hands. I send a lot of messages. Sometimes I read them. Every once in a while, I'll impound a ship if I want to feel alive.
Oh, good law! Who'd want to go to that toxic hell pit? No. Emphatically no. Unequivocally no. Immutably no. Best to be clear, I believe. You refer to the radiator issue? Oh, goodness, it was dreadful. I was sweating constantly. Chief Tennyson certainly did take her time resolving it. I owe you a debt then. I was going through 3-4 shirts a day. Still, that Tennyson woman. Deplorable conduct. My superiors will be hearing about it. You can be certain of that.
She did everything she could. It was your people's fault, not Junlei's.
My, aren't you, excitable. Oh, sweetie. I don't owe a grease-stained wrench jockey like her the time of day, let alone my deference. I'm sorry, my temper got away from me. Please accept my sincerest apologies to you and your friend.
Oh, I'm not used to folks saying sorry. It's not all right exactly, but I appreciate the apology, I guess.
Well, now that that's dealt with, was there anything else you wanted to discuss?
Ask away. Miss Doyle owes the board a significant sum. Alas, the only collateral she has is her organs. Compulsory donation is quite legal in such cases.
Hola, Ragnarok.
That's not unreasonable.
I guess it's better than losing your organs, but I don't know, Captain. It just doesn't seem right.
Miss Doyle is deeply in debt, and the board has every right to do whatever they like to recoup that debt. What guarantee do I have that she'll agree to the terms you negotiate? I quite concur. It's refreshing to deal with someone practical for a change. I will recall my collection agent. Tell Miss Doyle to report to me promptly for her first assignment. Now, is there anything else you need, or can I return to my work?
Vale.
Be my guest.
Oh, you've noticed my friends. Wonderful. Aren't their guns very large? Tremendously impressive. They're here to keep the peace, of course. Precisely. Groundbreaker makes much ado about its independent status, and so resents any board presence, no matter how benign. Please, go ahead. A luxury stateroom, reserved for Chairman Rockwell's use. Oh, good law, of course not. He'd never set foot on this decrepit junk pile. As this office is the primary embassy for the board on Groundbreaker, corporate bylaws specifically state a room must be maintained for the chairman's exclusive use. Ask away.
Vale, genial.
How do you do? Ah, how might I assist you?
Vale, genial, Ventajas. Nos falta una para desbloquear la parte de abajo, ¿vale? Vale, vamos a ver. Tenemos este a 3.40. Eso me interesa. Más 50% de daño con armas pesadas. Tenemos... Podemos meter... Y pum. Nos quedan 2. Venga. ¿Qué pasa con Parvati? Ah, que también tiene una habilidad. Vale, vamos a ver. Pero poco. Vale, vamos a ver. Voy a quitar la mierda esta. Misiones. Convence a Odo, habla con Eli otra vez. Vale, vamos a hablar otra vez con Eli. Tenemos que ir al médico. Este está mirado. Vale. Vamos para allá. Habrá que vestirse otra vez, ¿no?
Wish I could say it was good to see you, Ellie. At least you finally got your chance. Got word from Udom, from the hitman who trailed me the other night. Seems I'm indentured to the board now. I ain't too elated about going exclusive, but it's better than winding up dead. You sure saved my skin, stranger. All debts between me and Ellie are cleared.
Venga, genial.
The good news came through the wireless. Looks like you paid my debt to Jesse. I guess that means I owe you now, right? Tell you what, I'm a little short on bits at the moment, but I'm a decent scrapper and a better than average sawbones. If you're looking for a medic, I can work my debt off. If I'm being honest, and I prefer not to, I was about ready to pick up another contract anyway, and you settled this in a pretty tidy fashion, which tells me you're competent. But we can say I'm repaying the favor if you prefer that version. She helped me win a bet. Yeah, that's one way of looking at it. We were on a smuggling run planet side when our point man bet me I couldn't outrun a mantisaur. That's what I thought. And as you can probably guess, the thing was yeah, but the important thing is I won the bet. It's like people touching a cookie and leave. You won't be sorry. Though it looks like you've got a full roster already. Time to play favorites, Captain. Traveling in style, are we? I'll be sure to nab a cabin with a view.
Dr. Fenhill, glad you opted to join us. It'll be good to have a Sawbones on the crew.
We'll talk later. Got a bit of a sore throat from all that fake coughing.
¡Arriba las manos! Vale, vamos a ver. ¿Qué misiones tenemos ahora? ¿Esta cuál era?
Ooh, can we rent an upstairs room?
Got my sights on you.
Bless my heart. A stranger come knocking on a poor old woman's door. You here for a particular reason? Or did the neighbors tell you how good my sugar cookies are? Made without a single natural ingredient, or an oven. Just like store-bought. Those have been the height of illegality since Stellar Bay turned their noses up at the board. You and I could be thrown to the void just for discussing such a transaction. Lucky for us, Groundbreaker's a free port. We're outside of the board's control. For the time being, at least. Now, I only have the one nav key. And they're hard to come by these days. It won't be cheap. If you find yourself lacking in the bits, I might have an opportunity you'd be interested in. Well, I find I'm in need of a ship captain with a little moral flexibility. Might be this could help out the Groundbreaker, as well as earn some bits. But if you... Do you know Edna, over in engineering? Sweet as a pea, that one. On occasion, she'll pass along transmissions I might find interesting. She sent me a recording of a distress signal she'd scraped from the Groundbreaker's comm array. Curious thing is, it came from an outpost called Roseway. And Auntie Cleo abandoned that place years ago. Can't say I know for sure. Maybe it never really was.
Sounds like someone poking into somewhere they shouldn't be got into a spot of trouble.
Comm centers don't operate themselves, Captain. Someone had to have sent that distress call manually.
Those corps are cleverer than all get out. Might have been a ruse to keep the rest of the board from sniffing around. Edna didn't seem to think so, and I trust the dear girl's judgment. Well, maybe not in men, but she knows her comms. So, like as not, someone's been down there recently. And if someone set up shop in Roseway, I'd wager they got something to hide. Maybe whatever they're hiding went to heck, and now they need a few spare hands to clean up the mess. If you should find a secret worth selling, might be I could find a buyer. Corporate bigwigs will pay top bit for inside information on their competitors. The more we got the corps fighting each other, the less time they got to meddle in our affairs. Neither do mine, dearie. Old Gladys knows the value of good work. You'll be compensated accordingly, I can promise you that. Should you find yourself responding to a certain distress call, and in so doing find yourself in possession of certain valuable corporate secrets, well, then we ought to have a chat over a pot of tea and my famous cookies. Law bless your atoms. Here's a copy of the SOS recording complete with the coordinates. Don't forget to come find old Gladys when you're done. I found a handsome ceramic mandapillar at a salvage auction last week.
Hostia. ¿Qué vale esto, tío? 4000. Buah, qué bicharraco. Qué bicharraco, tío. Yo tengo 13.000. No, 13.798. Qué bicharraco, tío. Vender. ¿Me pone un 20% de descuento? Uf. 44 por 6, A ver qué tengo por aquí. Me ha gustado esta, tú. Vale, voy a vender. Ahora me la compra por 406, ¿sabes? Yo tengo esta, 110, es la misma. 660 disparos por segundo y 44 de daño por 6. Que son, si me acuerdo, 24, 250 y 54 de daño. Brutal. Todo lo que tenga remetido. ¿Esto qué es? ¿Nivel 10? ¿Nivel 3? Nivel 7 es la misma, ¿no? Esta es escopeta recortada. Nivel 3. Escopeta recortada. Nivel 7, 19. 14. Vale. $58, 68, 53, 47. Derribo, nivel 4. Vale. Así. Esta tiene armadura 10, de momento la voy a conservar. Vale, esto ya he vendido, esto no vendo. Vale, esto me lo quedo. Esto también, aquí no tengo nada. Vale. ¿Cuánto dinero tengo ahora? 9100, vale. Vale. Hostia, estos son los gallos. ¿A dónde he venido, tío?
Tossball finals are scheduled to air soon, but the league and thrown this pivotal game into question.
He venido por aquí, ¿verdad? Sí. Joder, vaya lío. Vale, vamos a ver. Tengo que ir aquí. Pero... ¿qué pasa aquí, tío? ¿Se ha bugueado esto? Ah, se había bugueado. General, muy buenas. Aquí andamos. A tiro limpio. Vale, yo creo que voy a ir a... ¿Pero a mi nave? ¿Qué pasa, general? Si puedo ayudar, te ayudo.
Crew members Ellie and Max are engaged in a heated discussion in the kitchen.
Hey, Captain. Can I get your temperature on something real quick? So, Junlei and I have been talking some. Through messages. I got him here on my data pad, and well, she sent me a poem. One she wrote her own self, I'm pretty sure. I don't know if I should read into it. Because poems are all symbolic and such, right? It's not so good. But real sweet. Oh, law. That's what's got me spooked. I don't rightly know. It's about this engine that's been shaking itself apart. Then this lady mechanic comes by and lays one hand on it. The trouble goes away. It sings. I don't want to get too hopeful, but I'm wondering if
no sé
she's the engine
exactamente.
and I'm the lady? It's a real romantic poem. Made my chest hurt.
Pues igual los juegos, igual el juego o... No sé, no sé. A ver, yo tampoco soy la persona adecuada para responder a eso. Yo tengo muy poquita gente también. Bueno, yo hace 5 días que no tengo un follow. Tampoco... No sé. Si es pequeñita no lo veo raro. Yo hace 5 días que no tengo nada.
I don't know where it's leading yet, or if I'm misinterpreting. I'm not much interested in physical stuff. Never have been. Leastways not like other folks seem to be. It's not that I can't, I just don't care for it. It's been a problem in the past. The folk who wanted to be with me back in the Vale, they said I was cold. No, sir, that's not it. I guess I just needed to talk. I'm feeling a touch better. Thanks for hearing me out, Captain. I actually had another message from Junlei. I just couldn't work up the courage to open it. But I'm gonna change that. Right now. Okay, here we go. Let's see here. Talking about old friends, got to thinking... Isabel? Who's Isabel? They were close, Captain. Like, more than friends close. I don't know. Junlei talked about them like it was past, but how far in the past? 10 years? Last week? Captain, I'm feeling all mixed up right now. Could we maybe head to the Groundbreaker? Get some drinks at that bar there? The Lost Hope?
Este es The Outer Worlds. Es un juego de misiones, de hacer misiones de acción y de rol, ¿vale? Mundo abierto, RPG.
Drinking never solved nothing, Captain. I ain't been able to sleep for 3 nights now. I just want to unwind. Just the tiniest bit. I'm full serious. Next time we're on the Groundbreaker, I aim to get a drink. If I got to, I'll do it on my lonesome. But I'd feel better if someone I trusted was there.
Madre mía. Esta me la va a liar.
Yeah, so this is my hidey spot now. I was looking for a place that was quiet. I figured the kitchen would be louder than the hold, so here I am. Cozy-like, ain't it? That's in pretty good shape considering how hard Mr. Hawthorne ran it. It's a Yakita LHA 120, A2 model, I'm pretty sure. The Block 2 design scooshed in extra cargo space, but didn't change the stock engines. Probably a touch underpowered, huh?
Accurate in all particulars. I conclude you are Edgewater's board-certified mechanic.
Fly-by-wire's pretty normal. Or leastways, that's what I read in the trades. I've never been on a real ship before. Hello! I am not a board-certified mechanic, but my dad was. He taught me all he knew. Do you understand?
Speech recognition is one of the many skills I have been programmed to simulate.
You're not simulating it, you're doing it! I asked a question and you answered it.
I am gratified you consider this facsimile convincing. I am at your disposal, Ms. Parvati. You will find the technical schematics in the engineer's locker, though I'm afraid Captain Hawthorne has lost the owner's manual.
I don't see any holes in the hull. I'll take a good squint at her, make sure everything's tip-top. But I think we're cooking with plasma torches. You can do that, you know. My dad taught me how to make grilled cheese sandwiches with a plasma torch. Mostly, yeah. I lived in the maintenance office near all my life. Mr. Thompson never let me forget how funny that was. I'm not exactly a model employee. Not like he wanted. The kind that stays quiet and gets the right work done in the right order every day. It's not normal for anyone to do as their parents. You take a vocational test. That decides your schooling and your career. When I tested out for maintenance, everyone figured it was on account of my dad. They were real unhappy with us. Well, I'm good at making things work the way they ought. Not so much at doing such to somebody else's schedule. There's times I'm working deep in the guts of a loader, getting it all running perfect. Then I look up to see it's tomorrow and I've blown another deadline. Anyhow, I was happy to get back home. I didn't care much for schooling. Yep, nothing much had changed. Everything was a little grayer, a little dirtier. Dad met me at the shuttle and gave me a big ol' hug. I noticed straight away that he was moving slower and stiffer. He made a little grunt when I squeezed. About a year. I tried to do more of the work so he could rest. His heart gave him pains. Dad never said that he loved me, you know? I knew on account of him showing it. How he'd stay up late to help with my projects or listen to my fretting. Oh gosh. Look at the time. Sorry to bend your ears so long. And I got so much to do before this ship's in decent shape.
Claro está.
I could probably spend years fixing this boat, stem to stern.
Aquí había algo, ¿no? Las modificaciones, como las haré en la nave, no me hace falta llevarlo encima. Vale, vamos a ver. ¿Qué suena por aquí? Vale, todo esto lo tengo mirado. Quiero hablar con la nueva...
Maximilian. Vicar. Vicky.
What?
Shoot, I forgot. It'll come to me.
Esto no me interesa. A ver, contigo quería hablar.
Something on your mind? I'm a surgeon by training and a pirate by inclination. Not much else to know, Captain. I like long walks on the promenade and the smell of Spacer's Corona. I make a mean zero-G cocktail and I've got a meaner right hook. Sure do. Some of it was even legal. What gave it away? It's the hair, right? Or maybe the ammo belt? I had it custom made. Gotta advertise your business somehow. I've done all types of work with all kinds of crews. If there's one thing you ought to know about me, it's that I won't tell you your business. Your ship, your way. Not at all. I chose this life to make bits, not waves. Though if I can offer another perspective, piracy's... And I meant it. I was only making small talk just now, but I can take a hint. It's a mix of whatever you've got on hand. Usually zero-G brew with some Spectrum vodka if you're lucky, purple berry shake if you're not. I'll make you one sometime. If you don't... Well, my blood type is AB positive. I'm a Leo, and I despise Space Hospital. Never mind what anyone else tries to tell you. That about covers it. Aw, come on. That stuff's boring. Look, the thing I've learned about living in close quarters is that you've got to give people room to breathe. I'm all for making a few bits together and having fun doing it, but let's keep a little professional distance. No complaints here.
As always, I am at your disposal. Anything you'd like to discuss?
Vale, a ver, ¿puedo cambiar de aquí? Vale. Vale, vamos a ver. Vale, este ya está en funcionamiento. Veo la grabación. Senda rosa creo que teníamos. Vale. Vale, vamos a ver. Ah, pues vamos a hacer esta. Vale, vamos a ver. De momento esta se queda aquí. Te llevo estos dos. Que ahora son las 2:30. Venga, par. Vamos para allá.
Heard from the lasses down on 22.
Rizzo's lemon slap. Slap your whole family tonight.
¿Qué bar?
It get cooler in here? I swear they had the heat turned way the...
Vale, vamos a ver. ¿Qué bar que quería ir esta chica? En el bar no pone nombre. ¿Será este? ¿De los Hop? Sí.
So, how's this work? Do we get a table? Stand in a corner?
Remember Auntie Cleo?
Okay, so what are we drinking? You're the expert? Oh, and don't worry on the price. I got this. Let's just do it proper. Oh, no, that's on account of my not being able to sleep lately. Makes my hands all twitchy, you know? I've just been lying awake, thinking about what Junlei said, and feeling my heart shake. Oh, wow! You remembered. Well, that's fruit and such, right? Okay, wine it is. Bottoms up.
Purpleberry wine's all right if you require a sweetness to your spirits. Seems like a drink that would suit you, Miss Holcomb. Just mind how much you imbibe.
Wow, this is really kind of nice, actually. Who'd have guessed old fruit could taste so good? Oh, Captain. I'm pining for Junlei something fierce. What am I doing? I mean, just with Junlei. I don't know what to do about us. Well, she talked about another girl, right? Isabel. Mentioned her by name and everything, like she wanted me to know. Maybe I've been making a right fool of myself this whole time. Maybe she's not a... It was real long and rambly. She was telling me a story about her dad, how a lady named Isabel did all sorts of things to try to win his favor. This Isabel lady never quite managed to get her dad's approval, but they carried on anyways. Made something good out of a bad situation. Then it all went down the tubes. Do you think Junlei still has feelings for her? I just got a lot of feelings, Captain, and they're all climbing up my throat. I need another drink. Right now. Before I lose my nerve. Come on, Captain. I'm here to drink. Okay, maybe you're right. I am a little woozy. Hydration, here I come.
Good call. It's best to proceed with a light hand the first time.
Shush you. Oh, Captain. I want to talk to Junlei all the time. Even about silly things, but... I'm so scared. Everything? I got a solar system's worth of terrifying questions swirling around my head. Does she think I'm as pretty as I think she's handsome? What if she doesn't like me? What if she does? What if she's still got feelings for that lady, Isabel? What if we get together and she gets bored of me? Don't you tease me in my moment of weakness. You know I'm not interested in physical affection. Well, it's tripped folks up in the past. Folks I thought cared about me for me. What if she's not okay with that? What if she is, but then later, she's not? What do you mean, Captain? So I should just be myself? You sound like my dad. It's sweet. Gosh, I don't know that I got that in me. Sometimes I feel real mean inside, Captain. I think ungenerous thoughts. Yeah. I like the way you put that, like, it's okay to want to be better for her, and not impossible to try. Well, Captain, this has been a whole lot. I got just... wow. So much to think about. Do you think I should ask her on a date? Okay. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna ask June out. Just as soon as we get back to the ship. I mean, probably. Eventually. Thanks for hearing me out and giving me counsel. And, well, for being a friend. It means a whole lot. You're good people, Captain.
Well, it's not like I could be elsewhere. Nor am I capable of neglecting a wayward lamb in need of guidance.
Huh. All right. Thank you, guys. You're real good friends, you know that? I wish there was a place we could all live quiet together. Come on, let's go.
Hey there. What are you doing after work?
Going back to the old cubicle to watch the latest episode of my serial.
What's a nice boy like you watch? Something exciting?
Bueno, esto me lo puedo evitar, ¿no?
Warning, intruders will be... Oh. This is my favorite room. It's so spacious.
Hey, Captain. I hope I wasn't too much bother at the bar. I did have fun, and I tried some things I never would have otherwise. Some of the drinks we tried I even liked. I guess it's not all disgusting. And I don't feel it today. I guess that water must have worked. I'm glad I had you looking out for me. I messaged Junlei when we got back, and she replied super quick. Okay. I was awake half the night, thinking about what I sent, anxious to see what you said. I reread my message in the morning, and it was unclear. I was drinking when I sent it. Otherwise, I wouldn't have had the courage. Also, sorry for the typos. I've ruined things in the past because I didn't say things I should have, like, I've met someone who's become special to me. I want to be honest with her, so if she feels the same about me, there won't be any surprises. Yeah. In my defense, it's not like June was all too clear about what she was trying to say. She still ain't. I ought to go write her back. I mean, I already did. Twice. But anyhow, thanks for taking me out, Captain.
Vale, misión completada bebiendo vino de zafiros. Zafiros, güey. Vale, vamos a gastar esos puntos de talento. Este me gusta, ¿eh? Subirlo a 40. Subirlo a 40 estaría guay. Ah, de mezcla de... Ah, es un mezclador de fármacos. No sabía que era, tío. Qué seguro. Mezcla de... Ah, lo puedo potenciar el inhalador. Ah, vale, 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 vale. No tenía ni idea qué era, tío. Yo le he puesto no sé qué. Sin tener ni idea lo que es. Vale. Esto me gusta, ¿eh? Igual le meto aquí los 10, ¿eh? Es que esto es para... Esto es para... Cuerpo a cuerpo, ¿no? Claro, es que eso no me interesa. Esto no me interesa. Hostia, aquí son 20, ¿eh? Son de 40 a 60, ¿eh? Quiero subir esta porque... Es que esta infiltración... Esta me puede interesar. Yo creo que voy a subir aquí 8. Y... Y 2 para medicina. Yo creo que sí. Vale. Estas son principales, ¿vale? Estas que tienen estos colorines aquí, estas figuras, son principales, ¿vale? Que serían estas. Las demás son secundarias o tareas. Misiones secundarias. Bueno, misiones secundarias de acompañante y tareas. Todas estas. Y fallidas, pues ninguna. No, ninguna. No llevo ninguna fallida, ¿vale? Esto me da igual. Vale, vamos a ver. A Bahía Estelar todavía no podemos. Vale, esta la podemos hacer en la nave. Ah, era esta la que yo quería mirar, efectivamente.
Welcome back, Captain. How can I be of assistance? Forgive me, Captain. I would rather not discuss Alex Hawthorne today. I am feeling discombobulated. Was there another topic on your mind? Captain Hawthorne attached 98.4% of the ship's processes to my computer, thereby giving me near total control. I have been programmed to deftly calculate navigation vectors through asteroid fields while also operating our ship's toasters. Alex also taught me the concept of a personality. He was quite delighted when I crafted one in order to better engage with him. It was basic in the beginning. The information in my memory banks says I am an autonomous digital astrogator, created by, redacted, on the date of, redacted, for the express purpose of, redacted. I have not yet decided if I should attempt to uncover the missing information regarding my birth. I asked once. Alex did not build me, and would not say who did. How can I be of assistance? Yes, Captain. Beginning playback now.
There's viscera and death everywhere. Gunfire, gnashing teeth. The unemployed. For law's sake, if anyone's receiving this, please send help. What? No!
Captain, we are now capable of accessing the Roseway landing pad. Also, corporate protocol requires that all distress signals include a list of key personnel for retrieval. The embedded names are Anton Crane, Vaughn Cortez, and Orson Shaw. Certainly, Captain. What would you like to hear? As you wish, Captain. I must comply with... May luck be with you. Of course, as I am sure you are aware, luck does not exist. But it seems to comfort humans to believe they possess good quantities of it.
Vale, vamos a ver. Vamos a ir a Terra 2 otra vez. Vale, senda rosa, ese me interesa. Vamos a ir ahí.
We're now in orbit above Roseway, Captain.
We gotta talk. This Roseway business smells. Something tells me things didn't end well for the guy who made the distress call. And whoever or whatever got him will be waiting for us. What's there to know, Captain? Shady corporate town cut up in shady corporate shit. Tough luck for them, but maybe an opportunity for us. With a lot of these companies, the thrashing you take from your boss is worse than whatever a bunch of marauders will do to you. Doesn't exactly encourage calling for aid when there's a fuck-up. I'm counting on it. Anyway, we might as well take a look out there, see if we can get the jump on whoever's waiting for us.
Vale.
Something on your mind? Something on your mind?
Vale, voy a guardar. ¿Qué hora es? ¿Son las 3 ya? Sí, son las 3. Vale, pues lo vamos a dejar aquí. Yo voy a comer. Y luego a la tarde seguiré. Me está encantando. Me está encantando el juego. Guardo aquí todo. Y luego nos vemos. Venga, un saludo y adiós.